Hello everybody, how are you? Welcome, come on in. Come on in, come on in. I am jumping on my other device to see if I can see me here. I'm hoping I can, and I can. All right, sorry about that. Hello everybody, welcome. I am so glad you are here. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Kristen Conant, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you're joining me live in the Create with Love Stampin' Studio. Welcome! Welcome to those who are also catching the replay. Please let me know that you were here and say hello when you're here and replay. Just a couple of things real quick. Gotta grab my notes here. Starting December 1st, so here in just a couple of days, Stampin' Up! Is going to have a prepaid paper pumpkin sale on our 3-month, 6-month, and 12-month paper pumpkins. The savings is incredible, so stop into my store and check that out. Also, starting December 1st, you're going to want to check back because Stampin' Up! Is starting something new. They are starting what we are calling Product of the Month. It is some product that Stampin' Up! Has created just for this Product of the Month. It is not product that you can purchase. It is designed, like I said, specifically for this. How you qualify for this, number one, you need an account with Stampin' Up! So if you have not yet set up your account to shop online, please go do that. Also, the other qualification is you must place a $75 order before shipping, handling, and tax to qualify to get that product. And it has to be a $75 order at one time. It cannot be accumulative. So a $75 order, you then will have the opportunity to get the Product of the Month for only $5. I'm so excited. This is brand new. I do not know what the product is yet. I will find out when you find out. So I'm super excited. Again, this is something new. If you want more information on that, let me know and reach out to me, please. Also, you have until the 10th of the month to sign up for Paper Pumpkin. If you do the sale from December 1st through the 9th for that prepaid paper pumpkin, yours would start on the December 10th one. Yeah. Oh, so excited. So much going on here. Oh, yeah. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving yesterday. My gosh, we are right in the throes of Christmas now, aren't we? Crazy. I'm just mind blown. A couple other things here before we get started real quick. I hold classes here in my Stampin' Studio just about weekly. And I say just about because every once in a while we have an extra week in the month. In December, you still have time to sign up for my 10-card class. It is always the second Monday of the month. So let me know because you have a little bit of time. Monday's coming up. That is the deadline for that one. I need to know 2 weeks prior. You do not need to prepay with the 10-card class, but I do need to know that you're coming so that I can prepare a kit for you. Then the third Monday in December is my 6-card class. So if you want to sign up for that one, again, you have to sign up for it 2 weeks prior to the class. Then the last Monday of December, I am going to be doing the Brushed with Beauty class. That is the one that Stampin' Up! Just did. So another reason to sign up for a class, right? In order to use those products that you got if you jumped on with Stampin' Up! Oh my gosh, they are incredible. They are online exclusive products. You will love them. Then the last thing I want to tell you about real quick is catalog launch. I am holding catalog launch January 2nd. It is a Friday. It is 7 p.m. You do need to RSVP 2 weeks prior so that I can prepare for you to come. have a kit for you, but my catalog launch parties are just that. They're a party. We do stamping, we snack, but you will get to see the products in which I was able to purchase. We as demonstrators get to purchase a pre-order, they call it. So I get my hands on product early for the next mini catalog. Yep, we're already talking the next mini catalog that comes in January, and it's amazing. It is amazing. Oh my gosh. If you would like to come to my party, please let me know so that we can get you down. All right, guys, it is time for some stamping. So I'm going to turn the camera around. If you get sick, now might be a time to look away for a minute, but we are going to get started here, okay? All righty, we made it. We made it, we made it, we made it. Okay, just real quickly, you might see these QR codes here. I'm trying to make it easier for you to connect. So if you want to go shopping and look at all the things about the sales I told you is coming up, you can look at this QR code, open up your camera on your phone, point to that QR code, and it'll take you to the link to shop with me. If you would like to see my calendar of events, my classes that I hold here in the Create with Love studio, this QR code will take you to the classes that I do here in my studio. So hop on over, check that out. Just as a reminder, Facebook only allows us to hold our videos for 30 days. Once 30 days are over, the Facebook Lives will no longer appear on this Facebook page. So make sure you follow me here. But if you want to keep in touch and be able to see any of my videos, even past videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel. All of my channels, whether you're on Facebook, a blog, yeah, everything is under Create with Love with a KR, just like in my name. So, I would love for you to like, subscribe, and follow. Alrighty, thank you so much, because that helps me out. So today's cards, we are still going to be doing Christmas. I think we will do Christmas maybe one more time, and then we are going to go on to something else because, yep, we're that close to Christmas, right? There's not enough time left to order and make your cards and do all the things. So we'll do Christmas today, and we'll do Christmas one more time. And today's projects, let me show you what I used for today's projects. Oh, here they are. I have used the Woodland Scenery stamp set. I love this stamp set. It is in the current mini catalog. Love this stamp set. This is one that I have heard from those who have attended my classes. When we've done cards with this, they're like, oh my gosh, what set is that? It's so cute. And when I show them in the catalog where it is, they're like, oh my gosh, I have totally missed this set. That is super cute. So hopefully I will help you fall in love with this today. There is no dies, there's no punch, DSP, any of that. It is a standalone stamp set. So I'm going to bring in some other things. And as you can see, there were no greetings in that set either. So I am bringing in some of the greetings from the Jolly Delivery set. They're smaller greetings, and I just really like to work with these on my cards. So I'm bringing this one in. Today I am also using some DSP from this package that is so well loved. If you think, oh, that looks familiar, it is. It is our Country Woods DSP that is 12 by 12. And I absolutely love this DSP. You have probably seen me use it several times before because, like I said, I just love this DSP. So you're going to want to add this to your list today as well. The Woodland Scenery stamp set and the Country Woods DSP. Sorry, I had forgotten the name of it. You'll want to add this to your list of things to get. Then I've also brought in this new punch. There is a greeting set with this. Super cute. The greeting set is designed to go in any of these 3 banners that are on here. I'm going to flip it over so you can see that, yes, there are 3 separate banners on here that are super, super cute. The greetings, however, are general, and today I'm doing Christmas. That's why I'm not using the stamps that go along with this. But if you love punches, you're going to love this punch. So add this to your list. And then the other thing I am using is my 1.5 inch circle punch for one of the cards today. So you're going to want the 1.5 inch circle punch if you do not have this. I love punches. They're quick. You don't have to have a machine to use them. Yeah, they're just really handy to have. One of the other things I'm using is just your standard office hole punch on one of the cards. So we're going to be using that. Okay, now here are the colors of inks that I'm using. I'm using Memento Black, Smoky Slate, Early Espresso, Pecan Pie, Crumb Cake, Pool Party, and Real Red. All right, let's get started with our first card. And what one do I want to start with? I love them all. It's hard to decide. Okay, with this first one, I will start here. I used a piece of Pool Party. This one is 4 1/4 by 11. I scored it at 5 1/2. Typically, I use my card this way when I do this measurement, but today I'm calling it a book opening. Even though we're not doing a second binding, we're opening it this way. So I can do a different style of a long card. I need a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4. This is for the inside of my card. Then I need 2 more pieces of basic white, one of which measures 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. And the other one measures 2 7/8 by 4 3/8. Yep, I know it's an 1/8 measurement. I'm sorry, don't kill me, but I just like how it looks on the card. Then I grabbed a piece of that Country Woods DSP. This one I believe measures 2 by 5 1/2. It does. Okay. And then I went ahead and punched out already a piece of crumb cake for my greeting. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm looking for the smaller of the 2 whites, and there it is. And so to start off with, I am going to start with my Early Espresso ink. And I am, oops, I'm sorry. I take that back. I am going to start with, yeah. I'm thinking. Yeah. I am going to start. Decisions. So sorry. I just have so much in my mind. Yes, I am going to start with crumb cake. Oh my gosh. It'll get better, hopefully, right? So I'm going to ink up my cabin stamp. And I'm going to stamp that right here on our card. Again, that was crumb cake. I am now done with my crumb cake. And I am going to bring in my smoky slate. And I'm going to ink out my smoky slate. And stamp some smoke coming out of the chimney. And then I need my early espresso ink right here that I already opened. And I'm going to ink up my trees. I'm going to stamp 3 here, ink up my trees, and stamp some over here. And then I'm going to bring in my single tree, ink him up. I'm going to put one up here, and then one down here farther, like so. And then I am going to bring in my pecan pie. And I'm going to ink up my deer. And my deer is going to go down here, like so. And then the last thing to stamp, oh no, it's not the last thing to stamp. So sorry. Let me see. I want to bring in the sled, and I'm inking that up in real red, and my sled is going to go over here on this side. Okay, and then I need to do the falling snow. So I'm going to close up my red with my ink open, still this espresso ink. I'm going to grab my greeting, this one here, ink it up in early espresso, and it is going to go on this banner that I punched out. Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes is the greeting. Okay, actually I'm gonna need that again because I want to do something on the inside. But I need to open up my pool party. And we are just going to randomly stamp some snowflakes. Don't forget to stamp all over the place, right? Snow goes down in between the trees, so don't leave those out. I'll do one more here. That looks good to me. Okay, now I'm going to use our blending brush, and I'm going to pick up some ink, and I'm going to make sure that the darkest part is tapped on there, and then I'm going to brush, and if I need more, I'm going to tap off and bring it in here. I like my sky to be a little bit darker, and now using the leftover, I'm just going to keep going across. It's probably not looking like much on the screen there, but when you hold it against another piece of white, see the difference? It does tone the brightness of the white down. Okay, so there is that. And so now I need my inside piece, and I like to bring a little bit of the outside in. So we're just going to have some snow going across the top of my piece like so. All right, close this up, and now we need to put our card together. So my inside piece, I'm going to put adhesive on the back of here, and then bring in my card base. This is going to go in here like so. Okay, now I'm going to take my designer series paper. I'm putting adhesive on here. This is going to get lined up with the bottom of my card like so. Okay, Now I need my 2 white pieces, the one that I just stamped on, and the one that is just 1/8 of an inch bigger, the one that I know you're saying, ugh, to the 1/8 of an inch. There it is. Now I need to flip this over, put adhesive on here. This is going to go up here like so, leaving me room down here for my greeting. And so now I am going to put adhesive on my greeting, and then my greeting is going to go down here like so. There we go. There is card number 1. What do you think? Isn't it cute? See? You can do some super cute cards. Simpler, but still super cute. Okay, next card. We are going to be using a piece of early espresso that measures 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Line up my edges. Take my bone folder. Make sure that that is nice and crisp. There we go. Then for this one, I need, again, a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4. That is for the inside of my card. I need a piece that is 1 3/4 by 5 1/2. I need a piece of pecan pie that is 3/8 of an inch by 3 inches. And then I need a piece of designer series paper, the Country Woods, that is 3 inches by 5 1/2 inches. So this is what we have. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the stamping on my piece here. And I am going to start with the pecan pie. And I'm looking for my deer stamp. There he is. Okay, and so I'm going to ink up my pecan pie, and I'm going to stamp a deer over here, and then I'm going to do one up here, and then another one just right here. So there is a group of deer. And then I'm going to close the pecan pie, and I am going to open up my Memento Black, and I'm going to ink up my bear, Mr. Bear, and he's going to be going the other direction. So you see the deer are watching where that bear is going. And with my Memento Black opened, I am going to grab my greeting, ink it up, and on my pecan pie piece, look down through and stamp my greeting. There we go. It's plenty big for what we need, but I don't want to crowd myself out. And we'll show you what that does. Now I need this one, and I need my early espresso, and I need my trees. And so I'm going to ink up my trees, and some of the trees are going over here, and then we're going to do some down here, and then I am going to do some here, and without re-inking, I'm going to stamp it again. So can you see how that looks farther away? It gives some depth there to the woods. Okay, so I like that. And now, now I need my pool party. So I'm going to close up my early espresso, go back to my pool party, open it up, and just like I did on the last one, I'm going to pick up some of the pool party, wanting it darker on the top. Okay, and making sure I come down because of the ground, right? The snow. Okay, and now we're going to ink up our snowflakes and just randomly stamp some snow on here. Like so. Okay, I like how that looks. All right. Oops. So I'm gonna, oops. Let's do something for this, shall we? Let's do our single tree. I'm gonna ink up in Early Espresso again, my single tree. It's gonna go down on the inside. And then again, go back to my snowflakes. And let's do just a few snowflakes. There we go. I like that. Call that good. Ouch. And now we need to put adhesive on the back of this one. And this is going to go to the inside of our card, like so. Okay. Now on the outside, we have this piece of DSP, and I'm just going to tear. Our DSP has a white core center, so I'm just tearing off like 1/4 of an inch off from that edge, and then I'm going to turn it around and tear another 1/4 of an inch using my thumbs as my guide so I don't go deeper than I want to. Okay, and tearing that off like so. Now I'm going to take this piece that I just stamped. I'm going to put adhesive on the back of here. This is now going to go in the center of the torn DSP, like so. I'm going to flip it over, put adhesive on the back of here, and then this is now going to go on here, closer to the top than the bottom, like so. And now this greeting that I have, I am going to take my scissors and I'm going to chop it off on an angle here, and then chop it off on an angle there. All right, so there is our greeting, and it is going to go on here, down here, like so. Okay, so now, yeah, I'm going to keep this one flat too. We're going to keep these fairly flat today. I know, say it isn't so. I am. There we go. So there is card number 2. So see, you don't even have to use the cabin and you can still build the scenery. Isn't that sweet? Love it. Okay, now let's go to card number 4. Card number 4 is a little more trickier. It's all right. You'll see. I'm going to walk you through it and you're going to love it. This one is a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 real red, scored at 4 1/4. Again, line up my edges. I don't know if anybody's joined me. Facebook is not telling me. Hello, if you joined live. I'm not ignoring you. Facebook is not showing me anything again. Surprise! Okay, so there's our base. Now for this one, we need an inside piece that is 4 by 5 1/4 basic white. And then I need a piece of basic white that is 3 inches by 3 1/2. Okay, And so again, we are going to create a scene on our card, okay? So using all the same color inks that we've been using thus far. So again, I'm going to start with my crumb cake, and I'm going to ink up my cabin. I know it takes me a little longer to stamp things because I close everything up because I know what Kristen will do. Just saying. Okay, so there's our crumb cake for the cabin. I'm going to close it up. Go back to our smoky slate. Ink up our smokestack from the fire, right? So there's that. And now I need my early espresso. Okay, and I need to ink up my trees. So I'm going to ink up the trees, and they are going to go over here like so. Now, one of the other stamps in the set is a stack of wood. We need the wood by the house, right? So they can come out and get it. So there's that. And now I'm going to ink up this tree and stamp. And then stamp it off and ink again. Again, adding just a little bit of depth to our woods. And now I need, oh, you know what? I thought I had brought a piece of pool party. I did not. So I am gonna go ahead and use this one. Yes, yes. And early espresso's open, and so now I'm looking for my greeting. Did I bring it? I did. I'm gonna ink up my greeting, and we're gonna put that on here. That says from here to there. Okay. And continuing on with my scene, I need the pecan pie, closing my early espresso. Pecan pie, I need my deer. There he is. I'm going to ink up my deer. He's down there. And I need Memento Black. And we're going to ink up the bear. And he's going to be walking into the yard over here. And now I'm going to ink up my sled. I'm going to make sure it is good and clean and dry, because I don't want the swish lines of it going in the snow. I just want the stamp. So I'm going to look through my stamp and just ink up the sled and not the swish marks. And my sled is going to go up here by the house where the kids left it. Okay, we're getting closer. And now, as in the last couple cards, I'm going to grab our pool party. And I need my snowflakes. And we're going to stamp some snow, right? Snow's a-falling. Okay. Couple more here and here. All right, I like the looks of that. And just like before, we're going back into our pool party, picking up with our blending brush. Adding some to the sky so it looks more like a snowstorm, just lightly. brushing on the bottom to tone down. I'm gonna pick up some more ink. I'm gonna pick this up and I'm gonna darken up my edge just a bit, okay? Now this card, oh, I forgot to tell you one other piece that I needed on here, and that is a piece of designer series paper that is 1 inch by 5 1/4, and I went ahead and banner cut the ends of my DSP. Okay, now we need a paper trimmer for this, and I'm going to be using my piece upside down because there's a specific way I want to do this. So I'm going over to the 1/2 inch and I'm going to cut my picture, and then I need to slide this down to 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to slice again. And then I need to slide down to 1 inch, which will be our last cut. And I'm going to slice that again. Okay? So now I'm just going to lay these back together. I need to move this out of the way. You know what? I did not stamp the inside of my card, my liner, so I'm going to do that real quick here, just like before. I'm going to ink up the tree, stamp a tree, and then add a little bit of snow to it. Sorry, I always do that. I always want to get to the card and I forget. Okay, there we go. Oops. This pad is very hard to open and close because it's a newer pad. All right, so sorry. So I'm going to take my liner that I just stamped. I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. And this is going to go to the inside of our card, like so. Now I am going to take my banner, put adhesive on the back of this, and this is going to go again closer to the top. Am I still on camera? Sorry guys, I think I got off a little bit. Sorry, it's a habit. Okay, now we need to put on our scenery. Okay, so this is going to go across like so. Isn't that cool? So thinking outside the box, taking your regular pieces that you normally would leave whole, right? I went ahead and just cut them up into different sizes just for something just a little bit different. So I'm going to start with that one. And then I'm going to put adhesive on the smaller one and kind of eyeball things here, hoping to get them somewhat even. Okay, so again, adhesive on each one of these, just lining up the tops and the bottoms, trying to keep approximate equal distance between all the pieces. Put adhesive on my last piece. This one is going to go here. So again, there we go. Isn't that super cute how that does? And now I'm going to take my greeting that I did on the piece that I have punched out from that punch. And this is going to go right down here like so. From here to there, and you know what? Let's put our greeting on the inside. That was espresso. From here to there, ink up, and stamp in here, Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes. Cute, isn't it? Do you like it? Okay, now this next one I think is my favorite. So, card number 4, we are going to be needing let me see. We need a piece of crumb cake that is 8.5 by 5.5, again scored at 4 1/4, and line up our corners and burnish. Okay. Then I need a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4. I need a piece of basic white that is 2.5 by 3 1/4. I need a piece of pool party that is 2 3/4 by 3 1/2. I need a piece of designer series paper, again the wood grain, that is 4 by 5 1/4. And I need another piece of wood grain that is 1.5 by 5. And I forgot, I think, yep, I did, one of my white pieces that I needed, because I flipped it over. I don't want to show it to you yet, but I need one of these. So hold tight. I'll be right back. It's already cut. I saw it before I started and I'm like, oh no, that's an extra piece. No, it's not. It's one that I forgot. Oh gosh. Okay. Then I'm going to need some scrap crumb cake as well for this card. Okay? So, we folded our base in half. It's ready to go. And then we have these, and now I need to do our stamping, and need to bring back in my Stamp and Pierce mat so I can get a good impression when stamping. So I'm going to grab the crumb cake and looking for my cabin. Here it is. We need to ink up our cabin, and the cabin is going to go down here like so. So this part's done. I need pecan pie, and I need my deer. So I'm going to ink up my deer. My deer is going to go down here. So he's done, and I am going to grab early espresso and our trees that we've been using, and this one is going to go here like so. And now I want our single tree, and he's going to go right there. And with early espresso open, I need my logs, and this one is going to go right next to the house, right? And I need to stamp a red sled on here, but I want to do my blending beforehand because the red will smear. I did that on the last one and it did slightly, but not enough where you guys will be able to tell, but I can tell. So I'm going to hold off. I'm stamping. Oh, I'm out of view. Did you guys see any of this? Oh my gosh. Oh Lord, leave it to me, right, to stamp blind. Ugh. Anywho, sorry. I am bringing in my snowflakes, stamping some snowflakes around the tree. Again, that's my inside piece. Oh, so sorry, you guys. I'm hoping I did better than I thought I did, but if I didn't, just goes par for Kristen, right? I always say I'm such a hot mess. Okay, there's that. Now, just like before, picking up color with my blending brush. Okay, and a little bit on the ground. Okay, that looks good. I like that, so I'm going to close that up. I need my smokestack, so I need smoky slate. So I'm inking up smoky slate. And there's the smoke out of the chimney. And again, that red sled. So I'm going to ink up my red sled. And my sled is going to go here in the yard like so. Okay. And I need my greeting to do yet. And I need early espresso ink for that. So I'm going to open up early espresso. I'm going to bring in a piece of crumb cake. Remember that 1.5 inch punch I said you need? There is that. I've already punched it out because with our photopolymer stamps, because they're clear and you can see down through them, I'm just going to ink up my stamp and go ahead and stamp my greeting. There we go. Then that office hole punch, the handheld hole punch that you can get from your office supply, I went ahead and punched out 5 circles for that. So let's do one more thing before I stamp early espresso. There it is again. Hoping this Christmas is the most magical yet. I'm going to do the same Merry Christmas on the inside. There we go. And I can go back and add a greeting to the inside on the other ones. So here are most of our pieces. So I'm going to flip this one over. I'm going to put adhesive on the back of the inside piece. Open up our card. This is going to go, whoop, hold on, go to the inside. Okay, so that gives us a place to write our message. That's all done. So now I'm going to take this piece and I'm putting adhesive on the back of the 4x5 inch piece of DSP. This is going to go on here like so. I'm going to take this piece of DSP. I'm putting adhesive on the back of this one. And then this one I'm going to place down toward the bottom with 3 equal borders approximately. So equal border here and an equal border here. So there is that. Now I need this piece is going to go on here. Adhesive. And this is going to go on here. On this card, we are going to do some dimensionals. So I want that. So I'm going to flip this over. And we are going to put dimensionals on the back of here. Okay, peel off our backing. And then this piece is now going to go on here. Like so. And this piece, I want dimensional off to the side here. One here and one here, because I know this is going to overlap the top of my card. And so this is going to go over here like so. And now all these pieces of the 3 circles that I cut out, I'm going to use my take your pick tool, and I'm going to pick up a circle, and I'm going to put just a little dollop of glue and put this one down here, and I want one more. This is again a little dollop of glue. Now you could replace these with gems if you have gems that you would rather use instead of punching out circles. You could do that. And so I am going to flip this around just so I can get my spacing where I want it. Okay, so this one I've got one, a little bit of adhesive, come on. Okay, doesn't take much with our green glue. So there's 2, and this one is going to have 3 on this row. But this is a way to dress up your card without all the bulk of all the embellishments. Okay, there we go. There is our 4th card today. What do you guys think? I hope you like the cards. Let's bring them back in. I have a couple more to share with you. Okay, let's see. I think I did this one first, and then I did this one, and then I did this one, and then we did this one last. So see, everything is very, very similar, a little different, very similar, but look at the difference it makes. What do you guys think of those 4? Which one is your favorite? You can go 1, 2, 3, or 4, or a pool party, espresso, red, or crumb cake. Which one is your favorite? Let me know. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am so glad you were here. Oh, we got to show you a couple more. Hold on. Hold. Sorry, I almost rushed you off. Here is another version. Okay, this is where we're die cutting squares out. I used some of our 2-tone paper, did embossing on it, and then sanded it. So there is another version. And then here's this one using blues. See the difference that color makes? It's amazing. So there's a couple more ideas for you. Okay, thank you again for joining me today. If you have any questions about anything, please reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. If you've joined me live, thank you so much. Facebook isn't letting me know. I'm going to jump off from here, and if you were here, I will reply to you. Thank you for joining me. Likewise, thank you to my replay watchers as well. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you next Friday for Live on Friday here in the Create with Love Stampin' Studio. Bye, everybody.